Hi everyone, it's Classy Touch DIY again. So if you want to know how I make this particular style with just 4 pieces of ashoke, you just have to keep watching till the very end and I'm going to show you step by step on how I make this particular style. Alright, so let's get into the main work. Yeah, so I've cut the base now. So I've cut the base. The base is the first thing you are going to cut. So I'm just going to take the measurement out for you to see what I've cut for the base, okay? And it's in 4 places, okay? All right, so for the base now, this is what we have. We have 20.5 inches. You can either use 20.5 inches or 21 inches. I will use 20.5 when I'm just trying to manage the fabric, okay? But 21 inches is the standard measurement for you to use, okay? But I use 20.5 inches here, and I've also cut the plaster and the plaster holder. So I'm going to drop the link in the description box below how to cut the base and how to sew it, okay? Alright, so after that, the next thing we are going to be cutting now is the handle, which is 16 inches, and that is constant for all my autogele, okay? 16 inches, you're going to cut it 2 times for the handle. Then after cutting the two, that is when you now go into the main style itself. So you're going to be cutting this with the leftover ashoke you have. So the first measurement I'm going to be cutting after cutting the base and the handle now is what I'm measuring out for you, which is 37 inches. I've cut 37 inches 2 times, okay? 2 times. So I'm going to be taking it to my sewing machine and just join it together like so. And after that, I'm going to stitch just one side of it like that, okay? I'm going to fold it in and stitch it like that. So I'll be stepping that aside now. Alright, so the next thing to cut now is let me measure it out for you. Okay. So for the second measurement you need for this style is just 30 inches, okay? So I've cut 30 inches 2 times. So after cutting your base and the handle, the measurement you just need for this style is 30 inches 2 times and 37 inches 2 times. So I'm going to go just join that together. All right, so I've joined together, I've sewn the base too. I'm going to be dropping the link on how to cut and sew the base in the description box below in case you don't know how to do that. So after placing your base on your dummy, okay? So you want to make sure everything aligned together. So it now depends on where you want your twist to be. So if you want your twist to be on the upper part on the left, it's going to be on the left or right. So what I'm just doing here now is that I'm just trying to measure out 5 inches, okay, using my thumb. You measure out 5 inches. You can use your tape rule, just so exclude the 5 inches from what you are going to be pinning. So it is from that 5 inches point now. I'm just pinning it down like that to my base, and you take it all the way to the sides. Remember that the style itself, we have a kind of fan on one side, and the other side is a twist, okay? So I'm just going to be stopping there. I'm going to be tacking all the way down. All right, so I've tacked from that side to the other side there, so I'm just going to pleat everything for you soon. All right, so I'm done pleating. Can you see where my tacking ends? And that's where my pleat will end too. So I'm going to set that one aside now. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to take my 37 inches, which I've joined and I've stitched one side like that. So I'm going to be starting my fan from the other sides. So I'm also going to be dropping the link in the description box below too on how to plait this fan, okay? I've made a video on it using a sego gele, so it's the same way. So let me just show you a little bit of it. So you're going to place your hand in a kind of a right angle triangle like so, and you form the first plate. Once you're able to get the first and second plate, trust me, the rest is easy, okay? Just make sure your hand is in kind of a right angle triangle whereby the the longer part is like 10 inches, while the shorter part is like 4 inches. Okay. All right, so I'm just folding it in like that. Okay, we just continue forming the place. So I'm going to drop the link in the description box below, as I've said earlier, on how to form this particular fan plate. Okay, so I've made a video on it using Sego Gili as a full fan though, but it's the same way, exactly the same way, only that I'm using a shorter length here, which is 37 inches instead of 50 inches. So I'm just going to pleat this side and I'll come back to show you the next thing to do. All right, so I'm done pleating the other side. So I just want to show you again how I did that. Sorry about that. So I just want to show you how I did that. I want to start again for my newbies. So if you just happen to stumble on my video, please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell button so as to be notified each time I drop a new video. So I'm just forming the pleats now. Okay, I'm just starting all over again. So automatically like that we have two pleats. You can hold the other side with your pin. Okay, so I'm just repeating the same thing I've done there. Okay, you see, and the other end is a little bit slant. Okay, slant it towards the edge of the ashoke at the other end. Okay, all right, so I'm just slanting it like that towards the end of the fabric. Can you see it is towards the edge of the ashoke? Okay, I'm not pleating it like a normal round plate. Okay, so it has to be slant. That's the way you form a fan plate. Okay, so just continue like that till I get to the end. Okay, so I was able to form 6 plates there. So just take it all the way to the other side. All right, so that's just it, as easy as that. Then just straighten out the pleats like so. Okay, okay, so that's just it. So if you just happen to stop on my video, please and please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell button, so that you can be notified each time I drop a new video, because we have a lot of style to learn on this channel, lot of autogele styles to learn on this channel. All right, can you see? So I've just formed that, and at the other end, you just use your hand to straighten it out like that. Just make sure everything aligned together. All right, so that's it. So this is the first part. So I'm going to take it to my dummy now. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to adjust my camera for you. Okay, so now at this point you have to place it on the former plate that we have, so that way you will know exactly where to stop your fan plates. You just don't want to plait the whole length, the whole ashoke you have there, because the fan plate is just going to be on one side, while the other side will have a twist there. Okay, so that's why after pleating the sides, you have to take it to your dummy, place it on top of the previous plate that you have there, so that way you know where to stop your fan plates before twisting everything together. So I'm just going to continue pleating like that. So you can use your pin to hold that side. Okay, my left hand side, you can use your pin to hold it there. Okay, so I'm just used to working this way, so I prefer just pleating it, arranging my plate like that. So I'm going. Okay, all right, so that's just it. Just arrange it like that. So I'm just using my hand to press the back of the plate, so that way it will stay. Okay, so you don't have to press the front, If you notice that your pleats are not staying very well, just use your hand to press the back. That way it will stay very well, it will lay very well. So I'll just keep on forming the fan plate like that. Okay, so now I've gotten to the other side where I want to twist everything. So just watch the way I'm going to finish the fan pleats all. Okay, so I'm just going to go. So I'm stopping at the same point like that. So I'm just going to continue pleating till I get to the end. Okay, so this is how I want my fan to look like, and that is exactly where I want it to stop. So at this point, I'm going to use my needle to hold it down because we still need to tack everything together. Remember my thread, I didn't cut it off, so I just leave it like that. So I'm just going to use it to continue my tacking. So you can either leave your the edge of the fan like that, like the former way, or you bend it this way. So I prefer to bend it this way, so it makes it look more beautiful, bending the edge like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead now to take my needle and thread and just continue my tacking. So like I always say, there's no particular rule about for you to tack your autogele. What you just need to do is you tack in a neat way. You don't want your thread to be showing, and at the same time you want to still maintain the style that you've created. Okay, you don't want to alter that style. You want everything to be in place, and make sure your threads are not showing and everything is neat. Okay, so that's just it. So I'm just going to go ahead and tack everything. Okay, so at this point now, I want to show you how I tack. Okay, we're talking about tacking in a neat way that you don't want your thread to be showing. So what I'm doing, what I usually do is that when I insert my needle, I don't want it coming out from this side. Okay, from the front. That's what I'm showing you now. So just watch what I'm doing now. I'm going to be inserting because I want to tack that particular plate down. So instead of it coming out from the front here, instead of it coming out from the front here, no. So you have to make sure your needle comes out from the back. That way your thread will not be showing at the front. We all know that we are using thread to tack it, but you don't want it to be showing. You don't want your gilly to have threads all over the place. Okay, so that's why we are taking it to the back. So I'll just continue like that to the end. All right, so I've gotten to that point where I stop my tacking, and I make sure that my needle comes out from the fourth pleat of the base. Okay, fourth pleat of the base. Okay, I just draw it like that. So at this point now, I'm going to be twisting everything together. So I'm taking that of the previous pleat, that is the 30 inches we cut, is what we are going to use to wrap the fan plate. Okay, don't take it the other way around. Okay, your fan will bend. So you take the leftover of the 30 inches and you wrap it around the fan plate and twist everything together. So that's just it. It's as simple as that. So I'm just going to continue my tacking. I'll tack everything together like so. And if you want to enhance your pleat, if you want your pleat your twist rather to be bigger than this, you can either use your wording or you use another ashoke like this. Just place it inside, just insert it inside like that. Okay, you insert it inside. Yes, and you wrap your ashoke around it. Okay, it can be your wording. If you have wording, the softer one would do. So if you wrap it around it like that, that way it's going to enhance your twist. Your twist will be bigger. Okay, that's just what what I mean by enhance. Okay, it will make your twist bigger. Okay, but I just prefer it this way. So prefer using my ashoke. Okay, that's all what I have left of this four piece of ashoke that I used. Okay, so I just wrap it around it like that and use your needle to hold it down. So I'm just going to be tacking. I'll just tack everything to the end. Okay, so you just note where you want your handle to be. Okay, so from that point I just measure out 1.5 inches. So I've used my needle to hold the 1.5 inches just to mark that point. So I'm just going to stop my tacking from there. Okay, after that I'm going to be cutting the excess and fix the two handle. Okay, I'll fix the two handle, I'll take it to my sewing machine and just stitch it up, then I'll show you the final look. Alright, so for my newbies, I'm showing you this now. So I'll fix the two undo. So before taking it to the sewing machine, this is how I stitch my undo. Okay, so you just bend it like a kind of V shape. Okay, like that. You bend the other side too. Then before you now bring everything together like so. Okay, so the edge is just going to give you a kind of a slant edge. Okay, then the sides you just tuck it in like that and stitch all the way down. So I'm going to do that and I'll come back to show you the finished look. All right guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed today's DIY. Thank you for so much for watching, and if you enjoy this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in my next tutorial.